welcome to SVG-TV News for Monday, August 20th, 2018. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Police Commissioner Colin John is reassuring the public that the men and women of the constabulary are doing their very best to detect and prevent crimes, protect life and property, and bring criminal perpetrators to justice. The assurance was contained in a statement issued by the Commissioner today, in which he reported on a number of criminal incidents which took place at the weekend. The police chief says all the resources that are available to the police have been deployed to combat crime, but they continue to need the cooperation of the public. He pointed to a number of unspecified operations which are currently taking place nationwide, noting that these will be sustained. Commissioner John also thanked citizens who have provided vital information and asked that persons who at any time may have information that can assist with investigations to contact the police. It was a busy weekend for the police with one incident of abduction and 2 killings. Deputy Commissioner of Police Frankie Joseph told SVG-TV News this morning that 3 individuals are in custody assisting the police with their investigations into these various incidents. On Saturday, officers of the Major Crimes Unit were called to Rose Place, where the body of Maxwell Bad Money Nash was found. He had multiple stab wounds about the body. Also on Saturday, the body of a Brighton resident, Ian Enoch, was found with multiple chop wounds at the Kaya Hut at Argyle. The Deputy Commissioner said the police at Calico conducted a patrol which led to the apprehension of Georgetown resident 24-year-old Anwar Jack, who is assisting them with their investigation into Enoch's death.
Police conduct investigation. The very person that the police took up while patrolling on Friday night, that person is a suspect in that disappearance, was a suspect in that disappearance. However, during the investigation, the police received information that a body was at Argyle, and that is at the Carrick village. When the police proceeded there, they met the body covered with blood, and on investigation the body was discovered to be Mr. Ian Enoch. That very same person that the police took up while patrolling turns out to be a suspect in the murder of Mr. Ian Enoch. However, the police is still carrying out investigation.
The Deputy Police Commissioner said they are also being assisted by an individual in relation to the abduction of 4 young women.
There was an abduction of 4 young ladies. The police proceeded to the scene, met the young ladies. That matter is under investigation. There is also 1 person in custody assisting the police with that information. And the information that it is 3 suspects who actually forced them into a vehicle. They were leaving a restaurant, famous restaurant, when the incident occurred. And that is not to say that the police were not out on the street patrolling, because we have stepped up our patrols. We literally have 24 hours patrols, and not only in and around Kingston, but we have them also in the suburbs.
The Deputy Police Commissioner said patrols are preferable than posting sentries in particular areas.
If we examine where, for instance, in the last 2-3 weeks, where the murders has taken place, we would see that it ranged from Vermont to Diamonds, Park Hill. And it is not going to be practicable for we to be stationing police everywhere that we say that, everywhere that we realize that whether a murder has taken place or a serious crime. It is more feasible to have patrols and to have the patrols in a more regular basis. And one of the things that we also do with our patrols is that we ensure that our officers do not stay in any one place too long.
Meanwhile, the Police High Command is encouraging persons to be cautious in posting information relating to crime on social media. Assistant Commissioner of Police Richard Brown told SVG-TV News today that in some instances, inaccurate information is placed on social media sites which may have the potential to affect the proper dispensation of justice.
You have to be careful not to try matters or put things in the media, to try matters in the public. Matters of such nature should be before a court of law, which is set up to deal with these issues. We have a very small country, and we know a lot of people use social media. And the same people that uses social media is the same people that we have to at times use as jurors. And by you putting things out, they can really taint the minds of persons who may be selected as jurors. You may think that you have your sources, yes, maybe inside, maybe outside, who knows. But then when you, as I said before, if you put things out in the public, and the public have their view, and you taint the public's mind, it is detrimental to justice in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
And Assistant Superintendent of Police Hezron Ballantyne said that social media can also be used for good and encouraged the public to use the various platforms to assist the police in detecting and preventing crime.
I want to appeal to the general public also, instead of using the social media or their cell phones to WhatsApp friends to tell them when the police are on the street, use the medium to inform the police when a crime is being committed or if they have information with regards to any particular crime. We want to encourage this because most of the time we recognize that on social media is the odds. You hardly see the good coming out. And we want to encourage persons to stay focused in whatever they put on social media in an effort to assist the police in their investigation in respect of any criminal activities that we are doing. We will continue to, as the Deputy Commissioner alluded to, be relentless in terms of fighting crimes in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We do not want to see situations of vigilante. That's a no-go in our book. And we will continue to do our best to ensure that St. Vincent remain the home of the blessed.
2 more consultations are slated to take place this week as the government seeks public feedback on draft marijuana legislation to be taken to Parliament next month. Community consultations will take place tomorrow, Tuesday, August 21st at the South Rivers Lawn and Resort Center and on Thursday the 23rd at the Barley Lawn and Resort Center at 6 p.m. in each instance. The government has prepared 3 pieces of draft legislation to provide the legal framework for the establishment of a medicinal marijuana industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The Medicinal Cannabis Industry Bill 2018, the Cannabis Cultivation Amnesty Bill 2018, and the Permitted Use of Cannabis for Religious Purposes Bill 2018 will be tabled in Parliament on the 6th of September. In a live interactive radio discussion yesterday to solicit public feedback, a number of issues were raised by callers to the program, which originated at NBC Radio and was carried on Magic 103.7. Persons queried what place there would be in the new dispensation for persons who are currently engaged illegally in marijuana cultivation and whether persons will be allowed to cultivate 2 or so plants of marijuana around their homes for medical uses, such as to combat menstrual pain or relieve asthmatic symptoms. It is expected that the panel at the community consultations will continue to feed similar questions and provide answers to the queries from the public. Director of Special Projects in the Office of the Prime Minister, Dr. Gerald Thompson, and a representative from the Attorney General's chambers will comprise the panel at the community consultations. 8 students who were successful at the 2018 CPEA examinations were awarded scholarships and bursaries from the Basel Child's Educational Foundation today. The support is to help them provide for their secondary schooling, which starts in September. Parents welcome the assistance, viewing it as timely. We hear more in this report from Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
5 high achievers in the 2018 CPEA received scholarships for the next 5 years of their secondary schooling, while another 3 received bursaries to cover expenses for a year. Each child will receive just over 1,000 EC dollars yearly from the Basil Charles Educational Foundation. Founder Basil Charles, who presented the awards, encouraged the parents and children to work together to ensure the scholarship is maintained.
If you do your best, then everything would be better. Then you could help your parents or your little brother or your little sister behind. But please, let's use it carefully, the scholarship, and wisely, and don't waste it, because it's pity too that we'll take so much time and you waste and squander this opportunity you've been given. So please don't squander it.
An officer has been assigned to follow up with parents on their children's performance at secondary school. The children selected are from far-flung communities whose parents really need the support. SVG-TV spoke with the parents, who said they are grateful for the opportunity granted to their children.
I have another daughter that goes to Thomas Saunders Secondary, and it's quite hard on us. And now with Lisa going to the girls' high school, the scholarship will go a long way into helping her, taking some of the hardship off of us.
I'm really grateful for the help, because I'm a single parent. It's hard on me because she goes to the Barley Secondary School, and every morning I have to make sure that she reaches to school early to get her education.
Very hard, especially now he has to move to grammar school and transportation and all those books and everything is so expensive. So I thank Mr. Basil for the help.
The Basil Charles Educational Foundation has provided scholarships and bursaries to more than 400 children to date, and according to Charles, it has helped produce individuals who hold prominent positions in society. Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Larissa Pogsley-Kidd.
A student's world cannot solely revolve around books. This from educator Marlon Nanton, as she spoke at a symposium today highlighting the importance of extracurricular activities to the development of students. GECU currently provides over 70 scholarships to students in primary and secondary schools, and the symposium was held to sensitize them about the benefits they can derive from such activities. Nanton, who is a former GECU scholarship recipient, said extracurricular activities are not distractions, and used the example of her life and experience with pan music to illustrate her point.
Is environments, group environments like the steel band really helps, because the focus moves away from an individualistic one. It's not about you anymore, but it's about the band. So we're preparing for a competition, and one person in the band cannot win the competition. It has to be the combined efforts of the tenors playing in harmony with the double tenors and the double seconds and the bass. And you know, if you're a part of a string ensemble, like my friend in the back, you might be playing the violin, right? So you have the violins have to be playing in connection with the cellos or the violas or whatever, right? So these environments, never underestimate them, because sometimes we don't think about the actual effect that they bring for us, but they do help in building that sense of commitment.
Nanton said extracurricular activities could also open up avenues to develop an extra livelihood.
But I knew that I had such a passion for it. I wanted to pursue it professionally, and I have no regrets today. In fact, when I speak of my professional life, I tell people that I have a dual career. On the communication side of things, education side of things, I work with the Ministry of Education. But outside it, 15 to 4:15, I do what I love and I earn income. And I get a lot of satisfaction from, example, going on to UNICEF's website and hearing jingles that I created, composed the lyrics and composed the music. I created jingles for UNICEF. And guess what? I get paid. So the boundaries are limitless. That's the point I'm trying to make. The point is follow your dreams. Ever since I knew myself, I loved music. I wanted to pursue it professionally, and I did, and I have no regrets today.
The former scholarship recipient said these activities are more and more becoming a requirement for universities.
Last thing I would say is that mainly for secondary school students, engaging in extracurricular activities boosts your chances of gaining admission into university. And the president spoke about this. Most universities nowadays actually, they check what the student offers apart from the academics. And that is where co-curricular activities really come in. Some students have gotten scholarships into prestigious universities due to sports such as athletics and football. And do we have any other sports fanatics in here?
Several young people now have the opportunity to further their career or interest in diving and marine life locally. The opportunity is being offered by Serene Dive and the National Preservation Fund, which this is the second year of the program, is focusing on dive as a possible career. Vaughn Martin, instructor, tells SVG-TV News that they are seeking to have Vincentians more aware of what is happening in the marine environment. We get the details from Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Many youths are advancing their careers in office jobs. Not many have thought of diving or marine biology as a career. This is the view of instructor of Serenity Dive, Vaughn Martin, who has since started an awareness program for youths, especially those who have completed studies at the community college.
Especially from the community colleges or within our area, those who are interested in doing marine biology and these things, to give them an opportunity to learn more, get into the whole diving world. Something that I look back in my time when I was going through the school program, secondary school, A-level college, and you never really had this as option. You know, I only fell in love with this about 12 plus years ago when I actually got my first initial dip into the whole scuba diving thing, and then I just got hooked on it, and you know, I've made a career out of it.
20 students are expected to be part of this program, which started today and will run for 3 months. Martin said participants will become skilled and certified in diving that will enable them to work anywhere in the world. In addition to diving, the youths who are between the ages 8 to 16 will be given educational tours and become agents of change for the environment. Also, safe fishing practices will be taught, which is critical to preservation of marine life.
Can't afford, especially school kids, because we have to start somewhere. Yeah, the more knowledge they have of actually going in the water and diving and seeing what we have there, the more they'll take care of it and appreciate it, as opposed to throwing plastic bottles and garbage in the roads. And of course the rains come and that sweeps out, and then before you know it, you see plastic bottles and stuff on the beaches, in the water, all these lines and so on. And so when they could see that and appreciate what they have now, they would want to preserve that.
SVG-TV News spoke with one of the prospective trainees who aspires to be a marine biologist about what she expects from the program.
So I'm hoping from this I can gain some experience in the water, see some new species of fish and hopefully some coral and so on.
This is the second year that the program is being held, and this year the National Preservation Fund is on board. Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.